Good morning. Happy Monday, March 31st, the last day of March. I don't know about you, but it felt like it flew by. Here we come, April. Get those April Fool's Day pranks ready. I'm sure ChatGPT has something great in store for you if you can't think of one. Let's dive right into what's happening in the world of sports this week. And here's what happened over the weekend. Let's talk about basketball. March Madness. It's good to be number one in the men's Final Four. All number one seeds in the tournament made it to the Final Four for only the second time ever. That's Auburn, Duke, Houston, and Florida. The previous instance was in 2008, which coincidentally happened to be when the Final Four was hosted in the same location as this year's San Antonio. Kind of strange how that worked. Now, as we head into the Final Four on Saturday, keep an eye on number one overall seed Auburn because their star player, Johnny Broome, suffered injuries in the Elite Eight, so it could make for a tough road for them on Saturday. Saturday proves to be some great basketball. I was watching some of the halftime stuff with Charles Barkley and some of the crew, and it was really interesting to hear them talk about this is Saturday of the Final Four in men's March Madness is one of their favorite times of all times at sporting events. One compared it to the Super Bowl and said that it wasn't even as good as that because the excitement and the crowd is so amped and the fans are so amped. So stay tuned for that on Saturday. Moving on to the women's side, we have one more day of Elite Eight. And so far, number one overall, UCLA makes it to the Final Four, as well as defending champion South Carolina. They're headed to their fifth straight Final Four. They're excited, and head coach Dawn Staley, well, she was so excited, she signed a baby after advancing to the Final Four. Now today, UConn will face the Juju Watkins-less USC Trojans for a chance to go to the Final Four. They, of course, have Paige Beckers, who had one heck of a game over Oklahoma, scoring 40 points. The other game today is former Big 12 foes TCU and Texas. TCU is looking for their first ever Final Four. Now, Haley Van Lith is making the Final Four with her third different school, but it's her leg and her dad's reaction to the stands that are getting views on social media. First of all, she came out and said that her left leg is a half inch shorter than her right leg, which changes completely how she plays. Then her dad, he got caught up in the moment in TCU's win over Notre Dame, and he was chest bumping people in the arena. He was running up and down the stairs. It was quite a vibe. So keep an eye out for that in those two games today. Moving on to NHL hockey. Alex Ovechkin, well, he is 5 goals away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's NHL record after scoring his 890th goal of his career. Ovechkin plays for the Washington Capitals, and you can catch the Aviecast. Alternative presentations will be available for all remaining ESPN-produced regular season Capital games. The Aviecast will feature an isolated camera just on Ovechkin in one box with his record-breaking information below. Now I'm going to wrap us with a sweet story today. Brittany, Patrick, and Jackson Mahomes, they celebrated Patrick and Jackson's mom, Randy Mahomes, and got her a really sweet gift. A house. Welcome home. This week, we have April Fool's Day tomorrow. We have the women's Final Four on Friday, then their national championship game on Sunday. The men will play their Final Four on Saturday. And a week from today, we will have the men's national championship game Monday. Wednesday, our podcast is really a lot of fun. I get this question all the time. Tell me stories about your time in professional sports. So that's what Scott and I do. We sit down and share stories from our time in professional sports on Wednesday's podcast. So tune in to that. And of course, on the horizon, we have the Masters as well as the wrap up of the regular season for the NBA. Have a great week ahead. Check us out at lastnightsgame.com. And of course, follow us on social. And if you love what you hear today, hit that subscribe button. Have a great week.